The rain in Mumbai that night was merciless, the kind that turned busy roads into rivers and made every neon sign bleed into the puddles. Raj Sharma, 28 years old, was just another face in the crowd, a junior accountant at a small firm, living in a tiny one-room flat in Andheri, sending half his salary back to his mother in the village. His shoes squelched with every step as he trudged home after working late on a balance sheet that refused to balance. His old black umbrella had seen better days. One spoke was broken, but it was all he had. He was thinking about the leftover dal chawal waiting in his fridge when he saw her. She was standing under the awning of a closed coffee shop near the metro station, shoulders shaking, face buried in her hands. Her long dark hair was plastered to her cheeks, mascara running in black rivers down her flawless skin. She wore a cream-colored salwar kameez that looked expensive, the kind of fabric that shimmered even when wet, and a small designer bag clutched like a lifeline. But none of that registered to Raj at first. All he saw was a girl crying alone in the rain, and something in his chest twisted. His mother had always taught him, "Beta, if you see someone in pain, don't walk away. God is watching." He hesitated only for a second, then stepped closer, holding out his battered umbrella. "Excuse me, are you okay? You'll get sick standing here." His voice was gentle, almost shy, the voice of someone who wasn't used to talking to beautiful strangers. She looked up, startled. Her eyes were huge, almond-shaped, filled with a fear that went deeper than the storm. For a moment, she just stared at him, like she couldn't believe anyone had stopped. Then a fresh sob escaped her. I don't know where to go," she whispered, voice cracking. "Please, just leave me." Raj didn't leave. Instead, he moved the umbrella over her head, shielding her from the worst of the rain even though his own shoulder got drenched instantly. "Look, my place is just 10 minutes away, but I can walk you wherever you need. No questions. You don't have to be alone right now." He didn't know why he said it. Maybe because she reminded him of his little sister back home, the one who cried the same way when their father died. Maybe because the city was cruel enough without adding to it. She wiped her face with the back of her hand and studied him, really studied him. He was nothing special. Average height, simple cotton shirt sticking to his chest, honest eyes behind rain-spotted glasses, and a tired smile that didn't ask for anything in return. Something in her broke open. "Okay," she said softly. "Just walk with me. My name is Mira." "Raj," he replied, offering his arm so she could hold the umbrella with him. And that was how it started. Two strangers walking side by side through the flooded streets, the sound of rain and distant horns the only music between them. As they walked, Mira's tears kept coming, but she began to talk in fragments. She told him she had run away from her family's house in Bandra that evening. "They want me to marry someone I've never even spoken to properly," she said, voice trembling. "It's all arranged since I was 15. He's rich, powerful, but he looks at me like I'm property." Raj listened without interrupting, his heart aching for this girl he didn't know. He shared a little of his own life too, how he had lost his father young, how he worked 2 jobs sometimes just to keep his mother's small clinic running in the village, how he dreamed of opening a free tuition center for poor kids one day. "Money isn't everything," he said quietly. "I've seen people with crores who are emptier than beggars on the street." Mira laughed through her tears for the first time, a small, broken sound that made Raj's chest warm. She didn't tell him the full truth yet. She didn't say that her father owned half the real estate in South Mumbai, that her family's net worth was over 100 crores, that the arranged groom was the son of a politician who had threatened to ruin her father's business if she refused. She didn't mention the private jet waiting at the airport or the bodyguards, who were probably already searching for her. To Raj, she was just Mira, scared, alone, and heartbreakingly beautiful in the rain. They reached her destination after nearly an hour of walking and talking. She had guided him to a modest-looking apartment building in a middle-class colony, not the palace she actually lived in. It was a lie she told because she wasn't ready to shatter the fragile safety his kindness had given her. "This is my friend's place," she said, pointing at the building. "I'll stay here tonight." "Thank you, Raj. You have no idea what you did for me." Raj smiled, water dripping from his hair. "Anytime, Mira. Here, keep the umbrella. It's not much, but it's dry inside at least." He pressed it into her hands, his fingers brushing hers for a second. Neither of them wanted to let go. "Take care of yourself, okay? And if you need anything at all, you can find me at the Sharma accounting office near the station. Or just call." He scribbled his number on a crumpled receipt from his pocket. Mira took it, clutching it like it was gold. As he turned to leave, she called out, "Raj, why did you stop for me?" "Most people don't." He shrugged, rain still pouring. "Because my mother always said the best people are the ones who notice when someone is crying in the rain." Then he walked away, disappearing into the storm, leaving Mira standing there with tears that were no longer just from fear. That night, alone in the tiny apartment she had rented under a fake name with the emergency cash she carried, Mira couldn't sleep. She kept replaying every word Raj had said. For the first time in years, someone had seen her. Not the heiress, not the bargaining chip for her father's empire, but just Mira. And it terrified her how much she already missed him. 3 days passed like a fever dream. Mira stayed hidden, using the burner phone she had bought to check news. Her disappearance was everywhere. "Millionaire's daughter missing. Police suspect kidnapping." Her father's face on every channel, promising rewards, while the groom's family issued veiled threats. She cried again, but this time the tears were mixed with something new, hope. Because every night at 9 p.m. sharp, Raj texted her. Simple messages. "Did you eat? Is the rain still bad there? Remember, you're stronger than you think." He never asked for more. He never pushed. On the 4th night, the challenge came crashing down. Raj was at his tiny desk, eating Maggie and reviewing files, when his doorbell rang. He opened it to find Mira standing there, drenched again, eyes wild with panic. "They found me," she gasped. "My father's men are outside the building. Raj, I need your help." He didn't hesitate. He pulled her inside, locked the door, and listened as she finally poured out the whole truth, the Crores, the arranged marriage to a man twice her age who already had 2 wives in secret, the threats, the empire she was supposed to be traded for. Raj's face went pale, but not with greed or shock at her wealth. It was pure heartbreak. "All this time, you were carrying that alone?" He sat her down, made her chai with a little gas stove, and held her hand while she cried. "Money doesn't change who you are, Mira. You're still the girl who laughed in the rain when I told her my stupid village stories." The real test came at midnight. Her father's head bodyguard pounded on the door, demanding she come out. Raj stood in front of her like a shield, voice steady even though his hands shook. "She's not going anywhere she doesn't want to. Call the police if you want, but she's an adult, and she's safe here." The bodyguard laughed at the ordinary accountant daring to challenge a billionaire's empire, but something in Raj's eyes, pure, unshakable decency, made the man pause. Mira stepped forward then, voice trembling but strong. "Tell Papa I'm not coming back until he cancels everything. Tell him I met someone who walked me home when the whole world looked away. Tell him love isn't a business deal." Hours of chaos followed. Phone calls, lawyers, even a brief police visit. Raj's tiny room became a battlefield of emotions. Mira's father arrived at dawn, face etched with exhaustion and something like regret. He had expected to drag his daughter back by force, but when he saw Raj, the soaked umbrella still propped in the corner, the cheap chai cups on the table, the way his daughter looked at this ordinary man with real light in her eyes, the billionaire broke. "I thought I was protecting you," he whispered, "but I was selling you." For the first time in Mira's life, her father listened. He called off the marriage right there, on speakerphone, while Raj stood silently beside her, holding her hand. The resolution wasn't instant magic. There were months of healing. Mira moved into a simple paying guest room near Raj's office, started working as a volunteer teacher in his dream tuition center, which he finally opened with a small loan she secretly helped guarantee without him knowing. Raj refused every offer of money from her family. He wanted to build their life with his own hands. They faced gossip, family pressure, even threats from the jilted groom's side. But every challenge only pulled them closer. Late-night walks in the rain became their ritual. Same streets, same umbrella, different hearts now full instead of empty. 1 year later, on the exact anniversary of that stormy night, Raj took Mira back to the coffee shop awning. The rain was gentle this time. He got down on one knee with a simple silver ring he had saved for 6 months to buy. "I fell in love with you when you were crying in the rain," he said, voice thick, "not knowing you were a princess. And I'd walk you home every night for the rest of my life, Mira, rich or poor, storm or sunshine." She said yes through happy tears, and her father, now a changed man, stood quietly in the shadows, watching his daughter choose real love over everything he had once forced on her. And so, friends, that's where our story finds its peace. Raj and Mira built a life together, a small home, a growing tuition center that changed hundreds of village kids' futures, and a love so deep it proved one truth above all: the greatest wealth isn't in bank accounts or empires. It's in the quiet courage of a stranger who stops in the rain, offers an umbrella, and refuses to let someone cry alone. It's in choosing kindness when the world tells you to look away. If you're watching this right now and feeling lost, remember Raj's words. The best people notice when someone is crying in the rain. Be that person. Walk someone home. Your own miracle might be waiting just around the corner. Thank you for staying till the end. Now go out there and make your own beautiful story. Hit like if this touched you. Share it with someone who needs hope, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care and keep believing.